Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe vom SI-Talk, SI-Interview. Und bei mir ist heute, oder ich habe jetzt das Interview, das am meisten erwartet ist, weil es die Story ist, die am meisten eigentlich diskutiert wird, beziehungsweise wo die Erwartungshaltung oder teilweise die Frustrationsgrenze schon sehr angespannt ist bei diversen Aktionären. Und ich bin froh, dass der Howard da ist und auch wieder Zeit genommen hat, sich mit mir zu treffen. Und Howard, thank you to have time. I say this in my German introduction. This is the most expected interview from my subscriber.
Okay.
We have in the past some interviews where with the expectations of your company growing up dramatically, and now we have the situation that we're waiting for a deal. And one of the last press releases, you said you have some term sheets on it from the 1067.
Yes, that's correct.
So this is now official statement. So you
Yes.
have already term sheets there. So that's mean for us. That's a major progress. So,
Yes.
but can you say, and I must ask this question, can you say from how long it takes normally when you get term sheet, then you have discussion, the term sheet goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You deal with a big company, so we
Yes.
know exactly the ways takes a little bit longer than big companies than smaller companies. But can you expect when we really can say, okay, a deal is coming?
Okay, so there are several steps to completing the deal. The first step, of course, is to complete a satisfactory term sheet to both parties. And the way we're working this particular transaction is that the term sheets that we're exchanging are very detailed.
Mm-hmm.
This is in order to make the next step fast and efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the step where you complete the due diligence and produce a definitive agreement. The process has taken longer than we anticipated.
What was the reason more that it's problems by the product itself, or was it problem by your partner, or what's kind of?
Well, the partners we've been talking to have been ongoing some internal changes.
Mm-hmm.
So there were some distractions for them on their behalf. Some transactions that they were completing were major proportions and took their focus away from our transaction. Also, there's been some internal staff changes within their company. So these have caused delay. They're aware that this has taken a long time. They're at the point now where they're very apologetic for the time that it's been taken. And we've been reassured that this is not due to a lack of interest.
Mm-hmm.
And we definitely have their focus now. We understand both parties' interests, and we feel that it's just a matter of time to draw up that final agreement. Mm-hmm. And then work towards a definitive agreement.
Okay, but you cannot say with this past history, so that you can say not really how long.
Well,
it's really
the problem is that from our end, we're very fast and nimble. We make very quick decisions. We're a small company. We're very tight knit. We have rapid channels of communication. Whereas decisions on the big farmers, they have teams that work in different time zones and they have to consult with each other. So there's a bit of a slower process. And so, although they've made us a number of timeline commitments, they haven't stuck to those timelines. Though I feel that at this stage that there's that the majority of the work has been done, mm-hmm. and that we're very near that completion stage, mm-hmm. And then we'll have to. We unfortunately have to. There's some just review of the due diligence on any patent issues, and that they have to be reviewed. Though we have no issues that we are concerned about, there's a process in drafting up the definitive agreement.
But to summarize all the thing, a deal. It looks like that the deal will come.
Yes.
So to make it a short answer to this question.
Yes. Both. Well, the people we're talking to want the project. They've made that perfectly clear. We feel we have a good understanding now of the needs of our partners and for what Sirona expects, and we believe that we can satisfy both parties.
Okay. We saw also in the last press releases that you have another good developments, not only this 1067, but also you have a lot of other things but doing, and that is totally under radar. Everybody is focused on 1067, but you have also good interesting developments. One is with waren. Which stadium you are and how this going forward?
Well, Bang is progressing quite nicely through the preclinical work. They're proceeding towards a clinical trial. That necessitates them completing the CMC, the chemistry, manufacturing, and controls, and the toxicology studies for them to file for an IND, which stands for Investigational New Drug, for the China FDA. Their schedule puts them at completing that by this December or January. That will trigger another milestone payment and this milestone will be $500,000 US, and is a major achievement. And all indications is that they're on schedule for that.
Yeah, and what's mean after? Okay, when you reach this 500,000 milestone, or the milestone was reached, you get money. But how it's going forward with that?
Well, the next thing, the information for the IND application is reviewed by the China FDA, and then that becomes approved. They can actually then enter a clinical trial.
Okay.
And there's more milestones, and the milestones get the dollar value of the milestones get substantially larger at each stage.
So, but this is a regular process to bring a new drug to a market. So it means it takes a long time. So like biotech always.
Yes. Yeah. It's as a therapeutic new drug. There is a fairly lengthy process. Yeah. But they are proceeding nicely along that, and we've been very pleased. It's totally under their control right now. We've transferred our technology, and they are working on this independently, although they keep us up to date on their progress.
But China is the one thing. So how you can use this development also in other?
Yes. Well, we've recently been contacted by a global pharmaceutical company with headquarters, one of their headquarters in India, and they're interested in licensing this compound for the Indian market.
But do you not need first that it's proved? Then you license this? Is the license still going quicker, or how this works?
Well, all the know-how and the what's learned by Wabang, we have the rights to use that for the rest of the world. So all that information will be transferred to the new company for the other markets. So,
and also for further development. So, for example, the clinical trial for Wabang is starting, and this information you can use then worldwide.
Well,
for other.
You have to look at the regulatory requirements of each country. So,
sure.
Some data may need to be repeated to meet the individual regulatory requirements of the country where it's being applied.
Yeah, but you de-risk the project when it works in one country, and in this way it will work also in other countries.
Yes, and it's very nice for us because there's no more further capital required by the company. It's just another opportunity to commercialize what we've already achieved. And we also reach out to Wabang and see whether or not this could also be an opportunity for the two companies to work together to lower their R&D costs. So there's a whole number of ways this could work.
Come back to 1067. That was the skin lighter, but you have a previous skin lighter product was licensed to Valium.
Yes.
How this work?
Well, we licensed to Abaji, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Valiant. Now, Valiant just recently announced that they are selling Abaji to a Chinese acquisition fund, and this actually creates new opportunities for us because the fund is Asian based, and the skin lightening project is definitely
Asian thing.
Massive market in the Asian market.
So that's mean maybe that speed up a little
Well,
bit?
it certainly creates new opportunities and new value added for the project. So
Okay.
it's it's not something that's out of our control, obviously, but the fact that this is happening is not a bad thing for
Yeah, but before it was
us.
that Valent has so much internal problems that they are not really looking for.
Well, certainly, this acquisition may increase the priority of this particular project.
But a quick summarize of other things what you're doing. So skin lighting is the one thing, but we talked also last times about some new area we're working for. So what's going on in this area?
Well, we're also working on cell preservation and anti-aging. There's of course, which is a massive market, and we are trying to figure out what entry points into that market are the best suited for our technology. And so we've done some current compounds that we have. We've had some very interesting and very exciting preclinical work. And so we've done some further testing, what's called genomic studies, and to figure out how that works on a cellular level and to see whether commercial opportunities may exist. And we're finding some very exciting new opportunities, which over the next period of time we're going to share with our shareholders.
So that's one question come into my mind. When everything is running fine, you make a deal with 1067, maybe Valent or the new owner of the compound, and one bang of the other side, you increase in this area a lot of also money, milestone payments and so on. So, and we talked last time a little bit to speed up also the other stuff, so the anti-aging thing and so on. So, is it still in discussion that you can speed up with this money to create a new area of pipelines or new product pipelines?
Yeah, exactly. We were actually already preparing. So we're preparing for the eventuality of the cash infusion and how we would use that to build up our next great project. And so we are already talking to experts, consultants in different labs that can help, give us proof of concept for these new areas that we're looking into. Okay. So we're not just gonna wait for one success and then start. We're already building the plan for the next projects.
Thank you for the update. Ja, das war ein Update von Sirona. Er hat sich nicht festnageln lassen, wann natürlich zu ein Deal kommt. Feststellt, Termsheets liegen auf dem Tisch. Das heißt, ein Deal ist nahe dran. Er hat gesagt, das Problem ist, dass man halt, sie ist eine kleine Company, dadurch schnell und flexibel. Allerdings bei den großen Companies ist es halt einfach so eine Geschichte. Da dauert es halt teilweise länger. Und er hat es auch selber so erklärt, die haben halt selber interne Umstrukturierungen. Leute sind auch teilweise gegangen, haben da auch teilweise andere Felder dazugenommen und das hat einfach Zeit gebündelt. Sie sind nach den internen Zeitplänen, die sie damals aufgestellt haben, mit diesem Partner hinterher. Das wissen auch die Partner, dadurch sind auch die Partner jetzt sehr gewogen, dass sie jetzt wirklich schnell voranschreiten. Wie schnell das dann tatsächlich geht, werden wir sehen. Er hat sich, wie gesagt, nicht darauf festnageln lassen, aber er ist davon überzeugt und sicher, dass der Deal kommt. Wann ist halt die Frage, aber das wissen wir ja schon, haben wir schon hartes Sitzfleisch bewiesen. Interessant sind natürlich auch die Entwicklungen, die auf der anderen Seite ist, zum Beispiel bei Wanbang erwarten Sie jetzt ein Milestone Payment von $500.000 am Ende des Jahres, dann geht es hoffentlich in die Preclinical oder Clinical Tests rüber, dann ist es auch so, dass Sie dieses Produkt auch Partner, die Head Office in Indien haben gekommen sind, sie wollen das gern auch lizenzieren für ihren Bereich. Dann haben wir natürlich auch noch über Valiant gesprochen, die ja den Vorprodukt von 1067 gehabt haben, die sind jetzt übernommen worden, also diese Unterfirma ist übernommen worden von einem asiatischen Hedgefonds, oder Fonds, muss man sagen, Hedgefonds nicht, aber Fonds, und das eröffnet wiederum neue Möglichkeiten, weil nämlich Asien ja der größte Markt für das ganze Skinlight ist, also für den Hautaufheller. Wo sie auch sehr stark daran arbeiten, ist natürlich auf Anti-Aging, wird auch Zeit, ich brauche es dringend, das Produkt braucht er sicher 5 bis 10 Jahre, bis es entwickelt ist. Hoffentlich bringt es dann was. An dem arbeiten sie schon. Die sind auch jetzt schon, das war meine letzte Frage, auch jetzt schon dabei, dass sie diese Pipeline langsam aufbauen, denn sie wollen nicht warten, bis das Termsheet abgeschlossen ist und dann erst starten, sondern sie fangen jetzt schon an, das Ganze anzulaufen, damit sie eben dann noch Zeit sparen und auch mit anderen Labors und so weiter zusammenarbeiten. In Summe ist es das, was wir natürlich nicht gehofft haben. In Kommen haben wir natürlich gehofft, dass ich herkomme und ein Deal ist da und wir können die Champagnerkorken knallen lassen. Das ist es leider noch nicht. Wir müssen wieder zuwarten, aber ich bin mir trotzdem sehr, sehr sicher, dass was kommt und und dementsprechend bleibe ich nach wie vor dabei, auch wenn es wirklich hartes Sitzfleisch erfordert. Das war Sirona von Oktober, also im Oktober 2017. Tschüss und Baba. Thank you.
Thank you.